Hello, hope you're well. Now, I want us to get the facts right. Have you ever realized that a human being has got two types of eyes? Yes, the physical eye and the inner eye. And the most interesting thing is that unless we understand deeper about these two types of eyes, we might be living the kind of lives that we don't deserve to live. We shall start working on the physical eye, then we shall add the inner eye, which carries the topic of the day. That is the power of the inner eye. Both are important, but we shall see which is the most important eye. The physical eye is basically that organ or those two organs that are placed on the forehead of a human being that he or she uses to perceive the physical images. The physical eye has got a number of characteristics that distinguishes it from the inner eye. One of the characteristics of the physical eye is that it is physically visible. If you look onto someone's face, you'll be able to see it stuck on the face right in front. What you're watching me with right now is the physical eye. The second characteristic is that it sees physical things. Anything that is not physical, that you cannot touch and feel, the physical eye cannot see it. For the physical eye to see, the item that is being seen must be physically present for it to be seen. It might be at a distance, but it must be there physically. The ability and clarity of the physical eye is limited to distance and its health. If something is very far away, the clarity of it being seen is compromised. And for information, if this physical eye lives in an environment that's not very friendly and it happens to be torn, that becomes its end to function or to see. So it means it is also affected by the neighboring environment. It is too physical. It does not interpret things. Behold how they physically appear just on the outside. The way it sees things appearing outside, that's how it takes them. Generally, the physical eye is the gate, is the channel, is the door, is the entrance of all the physical raw materials that occur in the environment or in situations through which they enter into the mind, where now they meet the inner eye. That's what they mean, the inner eye. They open as the door, they act as the door, as the entrance, as the gate, the route through which the physical apparatus, physical people, physical objects, physical images enter into the body, into the mind, to be interpreted, to be brought out as products through judgment of the process that occurs in the brain with the help of the inner eye. That's where they relate. About the inner eye, this is the kind of eye that is hidden inside the human brain, inside the human mind. The inner eye is actually the eye of the human spirit. The inner eye is the eye that interprets what the physical eye perceives. It now goes deeper to interpret the inside of what the physical eye has perceived, what it has taken as it appears just physically. Now the inner eye goes ahead to process it, to understand it better, to know it more, to give it better or another dimension It looks into things in a different way, different dimension, beyond just the physical appearance. The inner eye has ability to see even the future. The inner eye has ability to see even into tomorrow. It has ability to see into seasons and situations. The inner eye is able to see even the intangible things. The inner eye has ability to desire something. The inner eye has ability to think about something else, to be able to imagine of better things. It imagines. The inner eye processes the raw data that has been input by the physical eyes into the mind of humans. It is able to take a situation, a physical thing that has been seen, a boy, a girl that has been seen in tatters physically and superficially judged by the physical eye as poverty. The inner eye is able to interpret that raw data into riches. A desperate situation can be converted by the inner eye to be a reliable situation. The inner eye is able to see different things into very bad situations. It's able to see a good situation into a bad situation that occurs as bad physically. And it's so unfortunate that most of us don't understand this inner eye. For you to be able to succeed through the help of the inner eye, there are a number of musts that you must follow, that must be into your mind for you to really benefit from the power that is contained in this inner eye, because it's everything about our lives. Negative things are basically perceived by the physical eyes, but the same negative things are perceived differently by the inner eyes. Things that look as wastes in front of the physical eyes can be converted into useful products by the inner eyes. Some of the musts that your inner eye must be having for you to benefit from it. For instance, you must be able to see a furniture and a sculpture into that wasted log, that wood that is the wasted beside the road there, that maybe it just beats you up, or it just interrupts you on your way and probably even insult it. That wasted wood, the inner eye should be able to see a sculpture into it, a furniture into it, that if it's processed, it can bring out some money or some economic value somewhere. Inner eye must be able to see manure, must be able to see biogas from that stinking compost pit that you think is too much useless. When you see it using your physical eyes, if you are positive enough, you should be able to see manure and biogas out of it. Biogas is never gotten from anywhere so clean. You must be able to seize opportunities. You chase opportunities and you seize them, because the physical eyes will always deceive you to leave the situations because they appear in an unfavorable way, especially in front of the physical eyes. But for you to benefit, you must now use the inner eye to actually chase the opportunity, look deeper, interpret things from the superficial occurrence into usable and functional situations or features about a certain thing. Opportunities never come to you. You go for them, you search for them from that thing that you leave out, thinking that it's not a usable thing. Imagine that's where a person who uses the inner eyes comes in and sees a better thing from that which you wasted. You might use something and leave a certain part of it thinking it's a waste, and someone comes and uses inner eye, picks it up and sees deeper into it, uses it and sells to you expensively. That's how people eat mangoes. You know, if you go under a mango tree, you pick a mango, you eat the flesh because it is physically attractive, then you throw away the seed because you think it is not important. That's how the physical eyes are. But if you use the inner eye, you're gonna take that seed that was now a waste, you're gonna plant it, it's gonna become a mango tree that you will sell forever. You may take a log, throw it away, and someone comes, picks it up, and makes it very well, and makes a furniture out of it and sells to you. You may meet even plastic bottles thrown away. They are now rubbish. They are kind of unwanted things. But using the inner eyes, you're gonna collect them, recycle them, and come up with a sellable product. You must be able to see situations in different way. You must be positive enough. You must be able to see yourself as a different kind of person. See into yourself the kind of person that you have ever dreamt of, because it is possible for you to become whom you thought. But if you look at your home and see just around there what smells in your eyes at that physical occurrence or situation is poverty, change your mind and be able to look deeper using your inner eyes, and you're gonna see some prosperity into that situation that you think it is a hell to you. Inner eyes are the greatest opportunities that are hidden inside ourselves, but unless we use them positively, we may end up struggling forever in our lives. It is through attempts that we come up with something. But if we look into situations with the physical eyes and judge them with impossibilities, we're gonna live stagnant. If you don't attempt, it's true. You will never fail nor succeed, but you'll be stagnant. And you know what? Stagnant things die. Stagnant things rotten. Stagnant things stick. Some people have not tried anything to make it happen in their lives because of fear. And do you know what brings fear? It is the physical eye. The physical eye instills fear in you because of the bad shape, bad looking of the situations, bad looking of things. Instills fear, discourages you, and you become weak so that you don't try, you don't make the first step. But do you know what? Because I've told you the opportunities never come to you. You look for them, you search for them, and they are only seized, they are only captured by the courageous, those who are determined, those who are focused, and not just those who sit down wishing for them. Because if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Make sure you use your inner eye, see things in a different way. That very bad looking situation can turn to be your biggest opportunity. But you must be able to see things differently. You must actually, just like the way you restart and reset your computer or your phone when it's not working well, that's how you are required to reset and start and open your mind afresh for it to start functioning well. Everybody was placed, something was placed inside themselves, including you, including me, including everybody. Some inner eyes were placed inside of ourselves for us to be seeing things differently, for us to be seeing opportunities where those who are not able to see them, where they see them as problems. Actually, most of people become so rich through problems of others. Why? Because those who are suffering into those problems have been looking into those situations and those things as very bad things among us themselves. But those who use the inner eyes came and looked into those things in a different way. They restarted their mind. They used those inner eyes to see opportunities into them. And what is a problem? Problem is actually a deficiency of something, lack of something. When you lack something, you're in problem. But when someone comes and uses the inner eye to see that situation as a different thing, as an opportunity, and supplies that which you are lacking there, you start paying that person as you struggle. You struggle to buy. And most of people actually use that which you are seated on to produce and sell to you the products that were just right there in front of you. Some of us are crying for help where they are sitting on opportunities. Some of us want someone to intervene, to help them, to salvage them. Yes, someone will come and intervene, but you have to pay. You pay for that intervention, because you have not been able to use your inner eyes to see the opportunity that you are actually seated on. That's why you find that you might have lived in a certain area for a long time in poverty, and someone else comes just right in the same place and applies the inner eyes, different way of thinking, different way of perceiving things, different way of seeing things, extracts something very important in your life and sells to you, and he becomes rich. You know what? Gold is very much hidden down there. Water, the well, if you don't dig a well, you don't want to drink water from well. It is there. If you don't dig the ground, you don't want to reveal the gold. Dig yourself. Dig deeper into your inner spirit, into your inner eye, and you're gonna bring out the gold that is in you. You wanna bring out the water in the well. You are the well. There's a lot hidden in you. Do you know yourself and many others are outside here waiting for your greatness to come out so that yourself and others can benefit from it, but you are busy locking it there inside of yourself. You must be able to unlock the lock that locks your greatness. Unlock it and bring it out, because it is there, it is in you. Take the first step. Everybody great that you see today starting from there. Take the first step, unlock it, and you cannot acquire that which you do not desire. Be able to desire something great, and the greatness in you will come out and you capture it. It is possible, but if you always view things in difficult ways, don't be kind of a person who always sees impossibilities. Be able to see possibilities. Be able to see a yes, not always a no. Because sometimes in life you might be forced to seek some synergy, some strength for you to realize your potential, for you to succeed. But what hinders you is that you always think, oh, when I go and to meet so and so, to assist me or to get this kind of help or this support or this energy, you say, oh, I will receive a no answer. Don't always be a person who sees no's that have not been given to you. Actually, some of things that stress us are the futuristic things that don't even occur. That's why some of us are not able to face their destiny connectors, because they always believe they will be denied, they will be rejected, they will be told no. Don't be a no person. And this no is actually, you've not been told it. It has not been said to you. It is in your own perception. Always make a trial. You cannot make the second step until you make the first one. You cannot accomplish that which has not been started. Take the first step. Use the inner eye. Get the courage, because the inner eye always gives you a strength to start. The inner eye gives you the courage, gives you the passion, gives you the ability. It carries the spirit of starting. It carries the spirit of going for it. It carries the spirit of thinking otherwise. It carries the spirit of saying, oh yes, I can. The inner eye. Avoid the judgments given by the physical eyes. Looking at a small kid in tatters and saying, this is poverty. Looking at your situation and says, this is my head. Some of people even go ahead to say, everybody who is rich, who is prosperous, who is successful, it was meant like that from heaven. No. God created you actually as a person of success, and He placed all the riches in you. For information, the riches you need, the money you need, the property you need is not anywhere outside you. It's inside you, it's in this world, and it's just a matter of you using the inner eye to see things differently. Seeing the impossible as possible. Seeing the failures as success. And after all, if you step on the failure and learn a lesson from it, you want to use it as a stepping stone to go to the next level. As a stepping stone. Because when you repeat it, even if you failed later, if you repeat through the failures that you've gotten, you've suffered, you don't wanna repeat them, and you wanna go to the next level. And the next level is what we call success. Start. Use your inner eyes. Start. Be part of this team. Be part of those who are marching forward towards their success, towards the other side of their lives. And what matters is just your perception, your inner eye, your mind, because you are limited only up to the level of your mindset. The level at which you are is where your mindset is. That's what your limitation, your barrier is. As we conclude, be a person who does not always keep saying, I will, I shall. Be a person who can say, now I can, and I am going for it. I am going for it. What prevents you? It's inside you. Just make a decision and start it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and even recommend other people into this channel. Together, we are going far. Thank you for watching.